Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host Frank the Vamp, and this is it. Welcome to Analyzing the franchise, and we're going to talk about the best film of the series, which is the first one, The Terminator. The Terminator works in so many ways. Directed by James Cameron and starring the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger, the very cool Michael Bean, and the beautiful, and talented and kick-ass Linda Hamilton. Um, we all know the plot. We all know that in the future, the world will be taken over by machines. I kind of have a feeling that they already have, since I'm making this in a computer, and we're connected to social media 24/7. But that's another video. But uh, yeah, these machines are gonna rule the world, and they want to wipe out humans. And this guy John Connor is the only one who can really defeat them, and he is really great. He's the champion, and he kicks ass against the machines. So these computers have a problem. Skynet wants to kill John Connor before he was born, so it just sends what's called a Terminator, which is basically a robot with human skin. It's a cyborg type of thing where he infiltrates human ranks, disguised as a human, but it's a total killer, and that way he can be deceitful and kill his target more efficiently. I remember I watched this um, back on TV. Uh, Probably this was released in '84, so I probably watched it like 2 years later. Um, and I remember that it was late at night that the movie was shown, and I was what 8 years old or something, 8 to 10 years. I was 10 years old, and then my father was watching TV, and I was already asleep, but I had woken up, and it was to the Terminator teams on the beginning of the movie, and I can't even. Yeah, yeah. I guess he was in the right at the beginning of the movie, and then to see all the I couldn't really comprehend it, and when I saw Arnold there, you know, savagely killing the punks to retrieve the clothing, it totally grabbed my attention. I was like, dude, this thing, whatever it is, it's not human. Looks human, but it's not. And the gun shop, and I think that was most impactful was the it was when he just started killing random Sarah Connors, and that to me was like, dude, this is ruthless. This is a thing. And the more I watch it, the more I got interested, and that takes me to point number one, why this movie is even though Terminator 2, I love it, it's an A movie. This to me is like the holy grail of action movies. It's an A plus. It's the best because he's so serious. I mean, it takes Arnold is hella creepy. I mean, if I would imagine that there would be a killer cyborg chasing people, that would be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, it's just so machine like. I mean, his way of thinking, his simplicity, and his relentlessness all throughout the movie. I mean, we see, towards the ending sequence that, wow, he just won't give up. He's just, and that's the thing, Michael Bean sells it right when he explains it. He says, um, you can't reason with him, you can't bargain with him. He doesn't feel pity. He doesn't get scared. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't feel pain. He just has one mission only, and absolutely will not stop until she is dead, until Sarah Connor is dead. So it's one of the, you know, an incredible risk that Arnold Schwarzenegger took that paid off incredibly. But that was it, man. That was the role that made him. I mean, it was. I mean, we what was before Conan the Barbarian, and we watched some of those roles, but as an action star, that was it. I mean, there's no looking back. I mean, he's just terrifying. I remember being scared of that, you know, as a young kid, but he was a really scary subject. I mean, it's a machine that you man, you can't do anything to escape it. You just gotta destroy it, and you don't have enough weapons to kill it. And it takes me to part number two. If everybody that's perfectly here, Michael Bean sells it well as a human that is in love with Sarah and will do anything to protect her. But not only that, I mean, loves John and gives you the sense that he's self-sacrifice. He's willing to give it all, and he sells it completely. And he's such a tough soldier. He's no nonsense. He comes from a world that probably grew up eating scraps. Malnourished. Because everything's destroyed. There's no. He never knew fun. He never knew what he was playing video games and doing all the cool things that kids do. Right? He grew up in the in the slums. From the fallout of a nuclear war was initiated by the machines, and it was just so powerful, and everybody sells it here. I mean, Linda Hamilton is so convincing. I mean, she's just this frail waitress. She doesn't know what she wants in life. She's just she's a typical young girl, and she's terrified of this machine. She sells it so well, and doesn't trust Kyle Reese as she shouldn't. Like somebody comes out telling you a story like that, so you got to run or call the police. That's what she does. But then she realizes that he is her best hope of survival, and then and ends up falling in love with him. And so this film has love. It's a straight film. It doesn't have the humor that Terminator 2 has, and it just works perfectly. It's just so it's just such a serious film that there's no room for that. You know, it's just that. Oh yeah, and the effects. The effects. I mean, we got a lot of stop motion. We have smart models. We have CG, and the movie looks fantastic. Looks better than freaking bunch of movies they make now. I mean, looks better than the Ninja Turtles or Transformers 4. The new Ninja Turtles movies. So it's just why? Because those things were actually there. They were character models. They were life size. Robotic things. They were stop motion animation. All that. At least they were there. CG is not there. It's not there. You spot it right away. It's fake. So we have wonderful acting. We have one of the best menacing antagonists ever. We have, an incredible, compelling story that has lasted all these five sequels. I mean, five movies total. It's just, the mystique of the Terminator. It's gonna live on forever. I know there's planning more, but this is the best one. If you really want to see, in my opinion, a lot of people think that number two is better, and it just depends on what you like. I definitely just find the fact that Arnold's so terrifying that it's just so good. It's a horror movie almost, man. It's a sci-fi movie, but it's sort of a horror movie with this thing that just won't stop and it'll get you. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Terminator 1. I hope you enjoy my entire coverage of the series. I will list all the other videos from the series on the description so you guys can watch them, all my critiques from all of them. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, man, you can't go wrong with the Terminator. I actually enjoy all the films, even Salvation, which is probably people's less favorite, right? But yeah, it still has charm. They all have charm because they're based on an incredible story, very compelling story, cool sci-fi stuff for all us horror and sci-fi freaks. So there you go. Comment if you liked the Terminator. If you didn't like it, tell me why. Or if you thought Terminator 2 was better, tell me why. And let's discuss it. And please subscribe. And the next franchise that I'm going to be talking, it's the Child's Play. Because I just love the Chuck. So we're going to talk about Chucky next. Peace out. See you guys next video. Bye.